world as we know it is changing. Recent disasters of all kinds have shown us that there are many lessons to be learned on how to best cope with the tragic and unexpected. Our diocese sponsored many volunteers, thousands of hours, and tens of thousands of dollars in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. The 7 Mississippi missions were our efforts to assist in a disaster far from home. What if our diocese is the one affected? Even with the incredible efforts of our first responders, the results of a disaster are often devastating. What can be done to further protect and aid us in times of crisis? Who can attend to our community's specific needs? Who can look after the children, the elderly, the shut-ins? Will we merely continue to react to a disaster? Or will we be prepared with a thoughtful, strategic response? Well, as they say, when the going gets tough, the church gets going. Good stewardship includes being ready, willing, and able to respond to a disaster. We are all blessed with many gifts and resources. Knowing how to use and share them during times of need enables us to be Christ's hands and heart in the world. The Diocese of Easton was chosen as part of a Johns Hopkins research program on disaster planning that could one day be a model that is used by organizations nationwide. Funding of the project through the Johns Hopkins Preparedness and Emergency Response Research Center has been provided by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The Diocese of Easton is honored to be involved in this groundbreaking program. A disaster preparedness planning committee has been formed to oversee the creation and implementation of the program within the diocese. With your cooperation and involvement, we can all be better prepared to be sanctuaries of hope in time of disaster. The objective of the disaster preparedness planning in the Diocese of Easton is to promote, with the assistance of county health departments, the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness and practical assistance in implementation. The practical aspects of the Johns Hopkins program are designed to teach basic concepts and skills in disaster planning to our clergy and lay leaders, and to develop a comprehensive community disaster plan emphasizing in particular preparedness for the surge of mental and emotional problems that always attend large-scale public health emergencies. The goal is to enhance the preparedness and response capacity of our parishes, to enable them to minister within the parish, and to share in a broad community response. This plan will be accomplished by spreading the word to each parish about why the Spirit is calling churches to this ministry, how they can contribute to effective preparedness, response, and recovery for their own parishioners and their community, who will serve critical disaster leadership roles in the parish, and which individuals, organizations, and agencies in the community are available for planning and preparedness partnerships. Our parishes are sanctuaries of hope through Christ's love. In times of disaster, people turn to the church. We are all called to provide practical aid to those in need. Remember, good stewardship includes being ready, willing, and able to respond with help in case of a disaster. We are certainly not alone in responding to the need to be better prepared in case of disaster. The Johns Hopkins Preparedness and Emergency Response Research Center has already trained some of our parishioners and stands ready to assist us in developing specific plans. Local health departments have disaster preparedness specialists who will collaborate with each parish in the planning process. The Diocese of Easton's Disaster Preparedness Planning Committee volunteers are also prepared and eager to assist each parish in developing their own disaster plan. The disaster plan includes preparation for all hazards, which might include severe weather, pandemics, and terrorism. Increased mental health and spiritual needs. 8 out of 10 people will experience psychological trauma. Psychological first aid or PFA training. Special care for children, seniors, shut-ins, and anyone with special needs. Analyzing our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Conducting a time and talent survey. Identifying disaster leadership roles. Developing effective, reliable communication during an emergency. Encouraging families to assemble disaster kits. Protecting financial, legal, and insurance records for parishes and families. And learning skills for home and church property protection. Our parish treasures, valuables, keepsakes, computers, and information.
We need to recognize that disasters will happen. It's not a matter of if, but when. It is important for us to have a plan to respond. Accepting this reality motivates us to take appropriate action and rebuild, whether it's a home, an individual life, a family, or the trusted and familiar parish community. It's our commitment to the teachings of Jesus Christ that encourages and empowers us to reach out in this way. Here in the Diocese of Easton, we have parishes large and small. Some are in populated communities and others surrounded by cornfields. Not one of them is immune to disasters and their aftermath. Your parish's choice is simple. Be a respondent partner in and for your community. It will make all the difference.
For questions or more information about disaster planning in the Diocese of Easton, go to the Diocese of Easton website at www.dioceseofeaston.org or call Bray House at 410-822-1919.